Alright, hello everybody. Phantombot here. Welcome to part 2 of Steve Jackson's Sorcery. I've already recorded part 2 of this game, but my recording software crashed in the middle, so I have to rewind back to this part right here. Yeah, so I'm just gonna continue. I'm just gonna restart and start from here again. I played all the way until after Canopy before I realized before I realized the whole thing crashed. So yeah, I already know what's gonna happen in some of the stuff here, but hey, whatever. So in the previous part we did mostly the tutorial stuff, and now we are heading out in search for the Crown of Kings. The path winds through slopes of wild scrubland. The countryside deserted, and the eerie silence is broken only by the crawling of the occasional crow. Cawing of the occasional crow. There's a spell for hearing what they say, but you do not have the equipment to There's a spell for hearing what they say, but you do not have the equipment it requires. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. They make you uneasy, as if you were an intruder in their presence. Keep walking. Barely an hour beyond the wall, and the air begins to grow foul. The Shamutanti hills are infested with the pestilence of the Bucklands. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feeling nauseous and weak. Continue walking. It's not surprise. They warn you for this. You'll grow accustomed to it the longer you are out here. But for the moment, you must be very careful. Yeah, so our maximum stamina has been decreased in the hills area here. This video is probably going to be a shorter one because I already read all this and my throat is a little bit tired already. So, yeah. A low rise. I think it said low rise. Another hour passes and you crest a small hillock, from the top of which you see the path continuing downwards into a small settlement of huts. This must be Canopy. Look at the village. From the distance, it's hard to make out much about the town, except they must be desperately poor. The fields on either side are brown with caked mud, and the few pen animals are thin and wizened like thirsty vines. No wonder the sidemaster warrior don't trouble themselves to protect this place. There's nothing here to protect. I can avoid the village or go through the village. That's what I'm gonna do. Of course, if you were scared of a town like Canopy, then you could not hope to survive in Kahabet proper. You follow the path down into town. The round huts are made of a hard-baked bright clay, and the roofs are thinly thatched. As you pass, eyes appear at dark doorways, tracking your every move. For a moment, it seems like this will be all you see of the town inhabitants. But then, a villager appears from one of the dwellings and blocks your path. Look at him. He's 5 feet tall. He cannot grow much taller out here in this poisonous air. He has thick-set arms and thighs and is half-clothed in tattered breeches. His eyes are wild, and his long red hair and beard stands out from his face in a wiry tangle. "Halt, stranger," he commands. "What business have you in Canopy?" I want to buy equipment. He grunts, but you can see that he's pleased. With a motion, he encourages you to follow, taking you through the village to a large hut. Inside, you find the building is a storage house. quartermaster, somewhat plumber than your guide, is seated at the table. Wait to be introduced. This man here is to do business, the villager explains. I forgot his voice. This man here is to do business, the villager explains. Get out of here, flea, the fat man replies, getting up from his seat to hustle the villager out. Then he turns to you with a smile and beckons you to sit. Greetings, stranger, he purrs. Shall I show you my wares? Please. The man wags a finger. The man wags a finger. Wait there. He disappears for a moment into a side room. Search the room. While the man is out of sight, he quickly rifled the nearby shelves, but find nothing except for a small vial of potion. Take it. You pick up the vial. It is quite full and stopped by an old cork, but there's no label to indicate what it might be. Smell it. You slip back the stopper to take a cautious sniff. The smell is truly appalling, and you seal it up again. Blimeberry. But what's it used for? The merchant returns carrying a larger box. For you, he declares, moving his hand as he speaks. You come to the right place. This collection, the very best, our most strange and interesting artifacts, collected from the other travelers who came this way. You begin to lay the items out in front of you, treating each with great care. You have 16 gold pieces to spend, but is there anything you want to buy? A weapon? What weapons do you have? The merchant looks at you carefully, sizing up what kind of customer you are. The kind to place a newly bought dagger around his neck, or the kind to tip him for the quality of the blade. But he must see your honor shining through as he wags his finger once more, and then collects an axe, a fine broadsword from another corner of the shop. These are both treasures as well as deadly weapons of war. I'm sure you will agree. I look at the broadsword. You lift the broadsword. It has a ready weight, and the cutting edge is sharp. It's been honed by a master craftsman. An exquisite blade, don't you think? The merchant grins. Only 7 gold pieces. That's too much. I look at the axe. Leave the axe from the table. The head is carved with symbols in a familiar language, but the quality of the shaft and head indicate that the axe is well used and may not last many more battles. 7 gold pieces, declared the merchant. I haggle. Attempt to haggle. That price is too high for this, you reply. I'll give you 5. The merchant looks uncomfortable, but eventually, with a glance around his large storehouse in his empty, unvisited village, he agrees. Very well, he says. 5, but it's my children who will suffer for it. I buy the axe. I take it. And now I will check for a leather bag. You leave a bag from the table and its contents rattle. Thief, the merchant replies, showing his own a little. Finest creature's teeth. Only 3 gold pieces too. What kind of creatures? I'm not doing the voices today because, again, I had to restart the whole video. My throat's a bit tired, and my voices suck anyway, so doesn't matter. I'm just going to read through the thing. Then once I reach to the part where I end, so I'm just going to read through the thing and just so that my voice don't hurt. What kind of creatures? You ask. Goblins, giant, or mole rats? All sorts, the merchant replies. I couldn't tell you myself. I'm no expert, but there's 10 or 12 in there. For 3 gold pieces, well, it's a good price. Are you trying to trick me? Only a sorcerer would buy thief, the merchant replies, and tricking a sorcerer is a fool's game. So no, I'm not trying to trick you, but now you will buy the bag or not? Now will you buy the bag or not? I'll buy it. Because thief can be used for spells, I believe. Let me take a quick look. There was, I think, 2 spells. Yeah, here you go. Goblin Tooth and Giant's Tooth, and you can summon either a goblin or a giant. So I think the thief will be very useful. I buy it. Last time in the first recording that I did, I clicked the musical pipe, but decided not to buy it. But then kicked me out of the shop. So I wanted to check out the jewel, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. A jewel. You reach for the large jewel in the center of the box, but he stays your hand. Please, he says, it's too valuable to allow you to handle. It's too valuable to allow you to handle 10 gold pieces. 10 gold pieces, well, I don't have any money. Let me look close at the jewel. You lower your eye to the table to peer more closely at the gem. It's clear, glassy, and its surface seems to be slightly sweating. If it's worth as much as you hope, it could be useful for bargaining, or you could even keep it for yourself. Dragon tears, the merchant says. You've never heard of such a thing before. Yeah, I got no money to buy it anyway. No, not take it. Very wise, I'm sure, the merchant replies, and he puts the jewel carefully away. He says he must have at least something for his next customer, but perhaps you'll return this way and it will be for you. Examine the carvings of the axe. You tilt the axe head in the sunshine to read the carvings on the metal. This axe was crafted in the year of the ox, and its powers may only be realized by its owner. Interesting. Doing the back of teeth. There's teeth from an ape, 4 from a goblin, and 2 from a scatter cat, whatever that. I don't know how to pronounce that. And a large molar from a giant. Move out of the village. You head out of Canopany and along the path into Shamutanti Hills. And this is where I'm going to end the video. It's a little short one, and I read some of the stuff a little bit faster than usual, but my throat is very tired now, so I'm going to take a break. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.